I'm Carol Bacak-Egbo, historian for Oakland County Parks. Join me now for an episode of History in Our Parks.
A bit of holiday history. A special episode of History in Our Parks. December is filled with holidays, like Christmas and Hanukkah and Kwanzaa. Too often we seem to focus on how these three holidays are different. Maybe instead we should focus on how they're alike. Think about Christmas and the lighting of the Advent wreath, Hanukkah and the lighting of the menorah, Kwanzaa and the lighting of the kinara. All three holidays are celebrations of light. They're also celebrations of family. And they're also celebrations of food. And many of those holiday foods are connected with the history and traditions of the holidays. Think about Hanukkah, for example, and the story of how a lamp with oil only for one night was able to last through 8 nights. And that oil in that lamp became an important part of the holiday foods of Hanukkah. Foods like latkes, potato pancakes fried in oil, jelly-filled donuts, deep fried, and Kwanzaa, with its traditions deeply rooted in the cultures of Africa. Foods like groundnut stew from Ghana, jollof rice from Nigeria, dorawat from Ethiopia. And Christmas. Many of the holiday food traditions of Europe go back to medieval times. Food there was said to be quite bland in the beginning. But that changed. Spices began to appear. That was because of the spice trade. And spices that Europeans had never tasted before, because so many of them grow in tropical areas, they began to appear in Europe. And food changed. With spices like ginger, cinnamon, nutmeg. And dried fruits began to appear, fruits that Europeans had never tasted before. But these spices and fruits were very expensive. They tended to be reserved for holidays, in particular Christmas. And one of the most special items of Christmas foods, the fruitcake. The fruitcake, which over time, of course, became the focus of many a joke. People joked about the denseness of fruitcake and how difficult it could be to cut. People even suggested that fruitcake was so dense it might be useful as a bulletproof vest. And of course there were the jokes about how old some fruitcakes were. Nevertheless, many European cultures developed a fruitcake, like Germany, Italy, Bulgaria and Poland, and Portugal. But it wasn't just fruitcake that was invented during these times. It was also cookies. In particular, ginger cookies. Cultures like Germany and Sweden and Poland all developed a ginger cookie. And of course, Christmas wouldn't be complete without Gingerbread Boys. It's a tradition that goes back to 1875 and a little magazine for children called St. Nicholas. The story of the Gingerbread Boy first appeared. And over time, all different kinds of Christmas cookies were invented, all shapes and sizes. And many of us, of course, have developed our favorites. My personal favorite Christmas cookie is this one. I know it's a bit over-decorated, but there's a story that goes with it. When my son was 9, and he's just about 30 now, I had the brilliant idea of inviting 4 of his best buddies over for a night of Christmas cookie decorating. I bought all manner of Christmas supplies. And when it was over, there was frosting in their hair and sprinkles on their shoes. There was frosting and sprinkles on the area rug beneath the table where they were working, and frosting dripping from the chandelier above the table. And the cookies looked like this. But the night had been filled with laughter and giggles, and memories were made. That's why this is my favorite Christmas cookie. It's a reminder that perhaps the most important way these 3 holidays are alike is that they were all about making holiday memories.